Some of us were struggling with this more than I thought we would because we literally just went over this pattern, but it's important to pay attention to how things are changing. And I pointed this out when we first started it. The entrance and the exit. Are those things changing or are they always there? They're always there, right? Okay. So those things are always there. And so the only thing really changing is the middle here. Right? And so if we can pay attention to that, it's a 3x1, a 4x2, a 5x3, then it'd be a 6x4, and then a 7x5, and it would keep going on like that, which is what's going to allow us to write an equation or make a table or anything in that realm. But if you at least got started on that, you can make a table very quickly. We got our designs, we got our tiles. So design 1 had 5 tiles, design 2 had 10, 3 had 17, 4 was 26, 5 was 37. And so when we really started to investigate this, and we have to pay attention and be careful, we started to see that the second set of differences was constant additive. So the first set of differences was what? Linear additive, right? So there is a linear additive rate of change. So the function is what? Quadratic. You got to know that, okay?
So you combine them like linear x and constant.
Okay. So there's a linear additive rate of change. It's no longer a constant additive rate of change. It's a linear additive rate of change, so the function is quadratic. Now, part 2 is where we have to start thinking a little bit more. There are multiple ways to write this equation. This is a quadratic equation. And I will point out, if you were to put the data points in the calculator would never give you this equation when you do a regression analysis. The calculator is only ever going to give you a standard equation, okay? Or the standard quadratic function. So let's look at this one together to figure out what is happening. If I see n plus 2 squared, I saw a square earlier when we were working with pattern 1. In fact, it was a square because literally what shape was there in the first scenario? A square. So if I see an n plus 2 squared, what must there be shape-wise?
A square.
Does anyone see a way to make this right here into a square?
Add 2 more blocks.
Just 2 more?
2 more blocks on each part.
Ah. So when they say n plus 2 squared, design 1, how many pieces are there on each side here?
2.
3.
3. Wait, what's 1 plus 2? 3. So I could make a square, I just have to add extra to it. Now I'm going to talk about that in a second. I want you to notice for design 2, what size square would we have? A 4x4. For design 3, it'd be a 5x5, right? So notice how we're taking the design number and adding how much to it each time? If I go from design 2 to 4 and 3 to 5, how much am I adding?
1.
2.
Oh, I was just looking at 3, 4, 5.
To go, oh, I got you. But notice to go from design 2 to 4, I'm adding 2.
Oh, yeah,
To go to from design 3 to 5, I'm adding 2. And so this n plus 2 squared, Brady, does that start to answer that question of where does n plus 2 squared come from?
Yeah.
You don't sound confident about that.
I'm confident.
Okay, so n plus 2, and notice what they're asking us to do here is describe how each term in Maureen's expression represents the visual model, right? So where is she getting this from? She's not using a TI Inspire to just create a regression equation. She is looking at this visually, and she's honestly seeing it in a way that I never would have. I'll show you tomorrow, or I guess when we get back to this, so probably not until next Monday, but I'll show you how I got to here. But she's seeing n plus 2. 1 plus 2 is the length of this square. 2 plus 2 is the length of each side of this square. So n plus 2 squared. This is the length of each side of the square. No, this is like talking while I'm literally telling you and teaching you the things that you need to know. Y'all are doing much better in the active collaboration in your small groups, but we are still struggling on the taking notes and doing what you're supposed to in the whole class discussion part. We got to get better at this. The active collaboration covers both those ideas. Length of each side of the square is the design n plus 2, right? The length of each side of the square is the design plus 2. So design 1, the length of the square was 3. Design 3, the length of each side of the square is 5. Right? For design 17, the length of each side of the square would be what?
Nothing.
Like what you said.
So design 3 had a length of 5 on each side, so
19.
it'd be 19, right? Design 17 would have 19 on every side,
Oh.
because it's just adding those two. However, and so notice then we're going to square it, because that's how we get the area of a square. However, do we actually have all those tiles?
No.
No, we don't have these pieces, so we have to take those away, right? And so, how many of those pieces are there that we have to take away?
2.
Oh, so minus 2. And then it's always n plus 1, right? For design 3, there were 4 tiles here. For design 2, how many were right here that we're missing?
3.
3. Design 1, how many tiles were we missing? 2. So this is getting us the area of that whole square, but take away the missing squares, or the missing tiles. That's the minus 2 times n plus 1. Okay, we'll go into more detail about that on Friday. Remember I told you you can turn the homework in Friday. If you need to hold on to it to finish it, please put up the calculators. When is y'all's test? Friday. Your work keys tomorrow. Your exam is on Friday. Do not forget Miss Mami is teaching on Thursday, so we're going to come in and do our absolute best collaboration ever. No. That's what the review homework's for and the test is for. I promise you, if you study the review homework and the test, you will be good. That's why you need to come by and get it. Guys, don't forget after the work keys, don't get your review homework and your test.
Are you? There's stuff in the it ain't even popcorn. What's that? They see us. What's in that class?
I'm actually gonna tell you which why and then.
You got stuck? What did you not, is there anything you didn't finish? This section right here? Look right here. If it's, well, first off, on the back, remember, you only had to do 6 of those 9. So you did 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you got more than 6. By the way, put that in the calculator. Make sure you get what that is. Okay? Pay attention to your positives and negatives. Use your calculator. But right here, if it is a midpoint, what do you know about these 2 pieces? If that's the midpoint, we know that this length and this length is what?
Don't fuck with me.
It's the same. You can set it.
Boom, midget.
Finish it up.
Oh, no. Okay, say nothing now.
You lie. No lie. It's so foul and turn around, Amari. Amari, turn around. Say hey.
Why you want tippy toes?
Because I can't see.
That's sad. Why did you get you to move it?
Jesus.
Move.
That's mine. Yeah. When I'm on then.
You're a little kid.
Josh, quit.
You're always
Right, somebody gonna never close your mouth. Shut up. You can't even close your mouth all the way. Barely.
I'm already gonna knock the rest of me like. Josh, don't make me break my iPad.
Look, the little thing, the little short girl in the game.
What's her name?
Josh
don't like me breaking this.
Shy. The little midget.
Josh don't like me drinking this because I get way too hungry.
Because I'm bothering both of y'all. She
No, you're not. You're not bothering me.
Yes, I am. Let's take your shoe off.
No,
Take your shoe off.
You take yours
Take your shoe off.
You take your shoe off.
I will. Take yours off.
No,
Take your shoe
I
off.
got this from somewhere
we're the
else.
same height.
No, we're not. You're a midget.
You're a
Well, I'm
midget.
afraid
You're a
she
little
has
chubby
extra
midget.
she didn't want it.
You're a little chubby.
Sorry.
No, leave me alone.
Emily?
Sucker.
She's a singer.
Come on. What did you say?
I ain't say nothing.
Strawberry. Strawberry.
Oh, yeah.
Mark, you're bad.
Damn.
No, Josh will get mad at me. Because they don't like me drinking this. They told me last time I got it. He ain't my boyfriend.
All that's your Kelsey.
I wonder why you don't like that.
No, if I had a boyfriend,
That's skill.
You are.
loyal.
Nah, that's you.
That's you.
You and Harper.
You.
I mean, if you have
Oh no, you Friday.
Lamar,
What the name was that?
have you ever walked into a calculator and got ready for class? Get seated, let's go. Jalen, are you ready for class? No. Put your phone up, get seated, let's go. Yo, when the bell rings, we are supposed to be seated, we are supposed to have logged in and started on the bell ringer. Let's go. I just sent it. Oh, thank you.
I picked a metal chair. Somebody made me mad.
No, you don't learn how to cry. Some people said that you cry like that.
No, I don't cry.
Yes, you do, girl. You were saying the other day.
Shut up.
Okay, that was a rumor.
Rose and Kelsey, I don't care. You have math to work on.
I'll work on it.
No, you're not. You're talking.
I'll wait on you to finish, bro.
Hey, you finish? Grab one of the calculators in the back. Bree. Was this already back here? There it is, yeah, I'm already done. I saw it earlier. So grab a different one. Can y'all see it from back there? Yes, sir. What are you doing? That's not your group. What's up? put your multiple choice answers on here. And then make sure you put your calculator with that test up front. Make sure they're together. And yeah, I think that's all. And just don't forget, you only have to do 7 out of 9. Terrence, what are you doing, dude? Good talk, Terrence.